What is good, my belly buttons? Now, looking at this base, I know what you might be thinking. What happened? Because, like, everything looks completely different. Like, we've got an iron mine, and it's just gonna take forever to go through what exactly was added. But the long and short of it is, I haven't, like, recorded anything on this account in a long time, but I have been active on it. Very much so. So, to celebrate the return of this series, I guess, from the hiatus that happened for absolutely no reason, we are going to check out all of the bases that have amassed over our absence. So you see, we have a lot of bases, and there's a reason for that, because they have just collectively built up over time. Now, one base in particular I really want to attack. Like, I have been saving it. It is this one, Dr. T's Volcano Island. But before we do that, let's check out our landing crafts. So we have 3 heavies on each of them. They're all level 8, except for this one back here, because no one likes that one. It's just Jerry. Okay, so you can see our landing crafts are pretty much decked out for their level, for our level. Because we're not going to be able to go much higher, I am very sure. So, we're going to attack with what we have. And there's really going to be no challenge to this base, so just sit back, relax, and together we will enjoy some destruction porn. Oh, this is why I play Boom Beach. These are the moments I live for. The explosions, the absolute ownage. And something I want to show you is Barrage. Oh man. This is like one of my favorite, well, I don't know. I like all the gunboat abilities, but this one just looks the coolest. I would say that it's not as functional as the artillery fire or shock bomb, because although it does shoot like volleys, each individual shot does not do as much damage. Otherwise, it would just obsolescence, like verb for obsolete. It would basically put the artillery shell out of business, because who would use the artillery shell if this one was so ridiculously overpowered? Man, I am rusty. So we're just going to barrage everything. Oh yeah. Look at all of those explosions, though. Oh, man. This is definitely my favorite base by far. Beat me? You're more likely to chop down the mightiest tree in the forest with a herring. Just you wait. You have no idea how crazy it's going to get in here in the jungle of Dr. T. Victory. Oh. That was so easy because that's been on our base since, like, the last time we played. I think a lot of these have. I've been attacking lightly and, like, participating in Dr. T events and whatnot. And the reason, like, I attack Dr. T but not attacking one of these bases is because each time you attack one of these bases, your victory points, which are these things over here, go up a little bit, which means you will face harder enemies and you will be attacked by higher level enemies. So, I'm going to show you what I mean. So we're going to attack this base, and we're just going to shock. Oh man, I was a little late with the shock there, but it was close, but it wasn't detrimental or anything. They didn't even get a hit off. Oh no, man. You can see those Zukas go down faster than, I don't know, something that goes down fast, but, yeah. Man, it has been a while, hasn't it? But yeah, they just wiped out all of our Zukas. That is why you need heavies. Heavies are extremely important, because otherwise the Zukas are just going to be blown to bits. Because they are what I lovingly call glass cannons. They dish out a lot of damage, but they can't take a lot of it. And you see, 1 heavy and 11, yeah. So, we go to the activity log because I was too busy rambling. And you see this little metal-looking thing right there? The first resource? That is 1 victory point. Below that is 1 intel, and that is used for the task force. So, They destroyed, like, all of our Zukas. We're off to a bad start. What we're going to do next is we're just going to keep attacking these NPC bases, because 6 heavies should be enough to take down, like, a couple bases, I guess, but we're going to want to get rid of these cannons, definitely. Because cannons are the kryptonite of tanky units. They just bore into them. And we're just going to attack this minefield for the hell of it. But yeah, Barrage is extremely useful for clearing minefields. That is one thing it's useful for. So if you're doing like an all-rifleman raid, for example, you're going to want that Barrage to clear out the mines, because the mines can just like sweep the floor with, excuse me a second. They can just sweep the floor with pretty much anything like number-based. So mines aren't going to do anything at all to tanks. Well, they might do something, but it's not going to be noticeable, you know? But yeah, for Zukas especially, like, riflemen can take, like, 3 or 4 hits from a mine on average, but, like, don't quote me on that because the numbers might be different. But yeah, they're somewhere around there. Sorry about that, everyone. My recording cut out, and fortunately, amongst the panic, I was able to rejuvenate the troops. Now, I can't really remember what I was talking about before, because that was a little while ago. 2 hours and 39 minutes. I've been doing other things since then, because I got bored. But yeah, so, I was talking about victory points. And victory points are basically the matchmaking system, and you can see there are ranks. Now, these ranks were added early last year with a major update, along with the supply chest and the first Mega Crab, I think. And if you don't know what the Mega Crab is, it's basically this huge Dr. T invention that's just like his stages, but a lot bigger scale, I guess. You get a lot of loot from it, but that's a story for another day. So anyway, so if I had high VP, okay, so 23 would probably be like my ideal level to raid. So if I had high VP and I click this little find new opponent button down here, that would make this person's base higher level, because it's kind of like Clash of Clans, where it just finds a random person in your skill level. So now that we have our full landing crafts, we're going to attack yet another base, or the same one. Because sometimes bases duplicate, like you can get duplicate bases on your map that are the exact same. And if you're like me and you just kind of like to ignore those bases, and you just do that for a long time, oh, that was really cool. Oh, wow. We saved our Zukas. We almost made the same mistake twice, because last time the heavies got caught in the blind spot, and the Zukas got caught right behind the heavies. That was just a few minutes ago for you, though. So you see that cannon was pretty much insta-killing because it was pretty high level. So we have 1 casualty, which was a heavy. Not bad, especially considering that it almost wiped out my entire Zukas. Granite Face. That's an interesting name. Okay. So one thing I've noticed is quantity over quality and so forth. Because basically you have 2 options when you're getting bases like these with the same level. So you can have a lot of lower level defenses like these, or you can have less high level defenses. And you won't be able to tell the difference until you scout them, because the level indication just indicates the level. It doesn't really indicate any strategic thing, I guess. So yeah, we're just kind of clearing our map right now because we don't really have anything else to do. I'm going to show you how to attack in Ops. Oh, I guess I'm not. Okay. I was too late. I was holding off on this account's attack because I have multiple accounts. And so this is a 3rd instance of what we have. So it looks like we're pretty much good to go. So we're just going to, well, no. Let's just attack this one just to throw a new one in there for variety's sakes. Ooh. Okay. Let me think about this one a little bit, because, oh wow. I have an idea. We're going to barrage this up here to get rid of the mines. And, do you see how my troops are lined up in the bottom left? How I have, like, the 5 icons of the units? It's usually good to put heavies first, so that they can kind of, like, get up a bit before the Zookas. The difference is usually trivial, but I've never really tested it enough to know if it makes any significant difference, but it just holds to reason, you know? The tanks should go first. I mean, unless you're doing some kind of weird thing where you get one of the Zookas to draw the fire of a cannon, which I'm not sure how you would coordinate that, but that sounds pretty awesome. I kind of want to try that now. Perhaps later. For now, we simply clear out bases. I should also show you my statue lineup as well. So, we have 1 Guardian, which supplies 8% troop damage. Now, we're just going to review the 3 tiers. Life Crystals give you Masterpieces when you get 7 of them. Life Shards give you Guardians when you get 7 of them. And Life Fragments get you an Idol when you get 1 of them. So, we have 8% troop damage plus 5, so that's 13% troop damage, and 4% troop health. So 13% attack and 4% health. Okay, that's pretty good. I usually like to err on the side of offensive, like attack statues, just because if you can get damage in quicker, it's the whole, like, the offense is the best defense, and the best defense is the best offense. I'm not sure exactly how... Actually, I do know how it went originally, but there have been some variations over it. And basically what it means is if that... Okay, so imagine you have a scale, right? And on the left of the scale is attack. And on the right of the scale is defense. Now, if you were to put all of the hypothetical weights on the side of defense, you would just have so much health, but you wouldn't do a lot of damage. So that's why they say, like, defense is the best offense. Because if you pour into one side and just invest in there, you won't really have to worry about the other side. But you can't really go all in with heavies. It just doesn't work, because you need something to deal damage. Now, I know you may be thinking, what about Zookas? Could you just, like, have an army of glass cannons and no tanks? Yes, but it requires a lot of micro and a lot of, like, experienced, seasoned, veteran skills. And the smoke screen. We can't do it right now because we don't have the smoke screen gunboat ability. But basically, so I'm going to demonstrate using this base. So we would flare all of the Zookas, like, right next to the headquarters, and we would pave, like, a path of smoke screens along the way. Smoke screens are basically circles that conceal your troops, and they're pretty cheap on the gunboat energy. And, like, we don't have those unlocked yet, so we don't need to worry about that yet. There's a similar strategy with warriors. Now, warriors are kind of the best of both worlds. They have sustainability because they're tanky, and especially with their healing crystal hammer things. Whenever they attack, they heal. They glean little bit of life from whatever they attacked. So now we're just kind of going through and steamrolling bases now. Because we want to get that sweet, sweet loot so we can upgrade our headquarters. I don't know if I mentioned this before, but rushing your headquarters does not have the same consequence as rushing your town hall in Clash of Clans. Like, in Clash of Clans, upgrading your town hall will put you in a league, like, separate from trophies above yours, like an unseen league of town halls. I rushed to town hall level 9 on my main account, and I regretted it completely. So I had to create an alt to start over, because I could not upgrade anything. It just didn't work. Because I would just keep getting raided. Like, people would see my base, and they would spray their pants at the free loot, because, like, it's free loot. They were attacking with, like, high-level dragons, barbs, everything. Anyway, that's a game for another day, and I promise I will do Clash of Clans someday. I have done a Clash Royale video, it hasn't been released yet, because, like, I don't think it's the top quality, and I definitely could have done better in it. But I already kind of started on this account, so, I don't know. Maybe it'll be like one of my, like, lost episode videos, and we're going to lose, so we should back out of this. So we can save as much face as possible. Your troops aren't safe when they're retreating until they get to the landing crafts. So, like, if you're retreating, even though your troops can't attack, they can still be hit, even by your own stuff. So you should pave, like, a path of medkits, or a path of smoke screens, like, if and when you get those. And you get those pretty early on. Let's see what the next... Okay, so next we're unlocking tanks, along with some other additional things. I'm actually kind of curious. We have 3 troops right now. Could we wreck an NPC base with 3 troops? Do we have an NPC base? Hold on. Hard counter. Let's see. Oh, oh man, that is not gonna work, is it? Boom cannons. Boom cannons are scary. Like, as if cannons and rocket launchers weren't scary enough. Because boom cannons are basically cannons with a shorter, or like a longer range of, like, okay. The boom cannon is longer ranged, and it shoots slower. But it has like this huge torpedo missile that just annihilates everything. Now at its current level, it can just take out one of my heavies in a single shot. Because I want to check how much health my heavies currently have. So we go to the armory. Oh, also if you ever want to check anything like about your troops, you can just like statistics or whatever, you can just go to your armory and click the I button. Or you can go to the landing craft and like you can go to the I button like that, whatever. Like either one works. The end justifies the means no matter which you pick. So I'm just going to upgrade the mine because like our base gets raided sometimes. I've been pouring mainly into offense because defense is just kind of like, I don't know. I created this account mostly to demonstrate like the dankest strategies you can use for like taking down bases and like what counters what. And like I haven't really focused on the defense, but I do have a scary row of cannons here. This is kind of an experimental base, because I've never put machine guns up to the front like this, but I imagine they would give an advantage because of the fact that, like, your troops are still trying to find their way when they dock on the beach. So they're pretty much at a loss, I guess you could say. And you can use mines for crowd control, like, not slowing or stunning, but, like, choosing where they go. So you see, they don't really have a choice but to either face the mines or face machine guns. Level 10 machine gun. I don't know why I focused on the center one, but it looks really cool. It's got, like, a shield. It looks like one of those super soakers, like... I'm trying to remember the name of them. They have, like, shields on them, and then you can, like, squeeze these 2 handles on the side, like, together inward, and it, like, shoots out through the front, but it also has, like, a shield to cover your face, kind of. I don't know. Someone might know. But, yeah. So, we should really get our priorities straight. Iron production. A guardian? Huh. Yeah. For some reason, I just really hate iron. Like, it's my least favorite material. I would have to say stone or wood is, because I just like them for some reason. I just don't like iron, though. So, oh, man. We really need to upgrade storages, especially if you're an offensive player. Keep your storages as upgraded as possible. Because if your storages get full, you can't really attack without wasting your time. And wasting your win, too. Because, like, you can't get any more, you know? You might get other resources, but, I don't know. Unless you're trying to jack up your victory points, you don't want to do that. You just want to get... Okay, so... Yeah, let's take a look at the ranks really quick. So it goes from private, corporal, sergeant, cadet, lieutenant, captain, major, colonel, brigadier. I love that word, brigadier. It sounds so manly, like like Reddit brigading things. Or general, marshal, legend. I love that jump. A marshal is basically just like a sheriff. And that's just pretty much a police officer. Like, don't get me wrong, I like police officers, but wouldn't you be, like, head of command or something by then? Because it goes from marshal, which is basically a sheriff, to legend! Like, you go in the storybooks, you go down in history as the person who stopped the Blackguard. I mean, it kind of makes sense, and it goes well with the theme, but you know what I mean. And so yeah, keep your storages up to date at all times, whether you're an offensive player or a passive player, because even if you just collect from your storages, you're still kind of wasting if your storages get full, like, in the building. So the residence can only hold, like, 52,000. So if it gets to 52,000, it's just not going to produce anymore. And if your storages are full, like, you're literally wasting money, pretty much. Because, like, it's just not producing. You're losing out on what would otherwise be money trickling into your bank account. Also, keep your vault upgraded, because, like, it's good to have your defenses upgraded. Like, that's all good and nice, but someone's gonna steamroll you eventually. And they're gonna steamroll so far over you, it's gonna hurt. So you're gonna want to protect your stuff. And, like, I believe the percentage goes down with each upgrade. So on my main account, upgrading the vault will give me plus 2%, but this gives me plus 3% because I'm a lower level. It kind of evens out. Also, remember that you can rush your headquarters with absolutely no consequence. I'm not exactly sure what variable would define whether or not, like, the level of the headquarters / town hall would have bearing. Like, what is so different about the matchmaking system? Where upgrading your headquarters wouldn't have any effect at all, but upgrading your town hall would. I feel like the answer is probably very obvious, and there was a point to this rambling and miscellaneous things, because we can go attack someone. Ooh, boy. Okay. Also, you have like 45 seconds before the battle to kind of I spy all of their stuff. And the villagers are just going walkabout on the base. They don't care. They're just going. So, we're going to deploy on the right here. And then we're going to double barrage this to get everything in the area. Man, I love the double barrages. Like, I've done double barrages for so long that doing one barrage, it just doesn't feel right, you know? So, the sniper towers are pretty dangerous, so take those out. They're like cannons. Like, in the hierarchy of cannons, it would go sniper tower at the bottom, fastest fire rate, least damage. The cannon would be next, like average fire rate, average damage. And the boom cannon would be way at the top here. You can't see my hand gestures. But yeah, the boom cannon would be way at the top, and it does a lot of damage for like pretty much 0 fire rate. I don't know the exact numbers, but yeah, the fire rate of the boom cannon is pretty low, so it's especially susceptible to shock. And this attack is there's a chance. Oh, there's a chance. Oh no. Oh no. Oh, we were so close, too. You know what? I'm just gonna get this base later. This is infuriating to me. I have been bested because I didn't bring everything I had. But if I had everything, whew, this guy would pay dearly. I have seen a lot of Asian players on this game. That's not a racist, like, comment. It's just a statement. Like, this guy is Asian. This guy is Asian. This guy is Asian. Frank, amongst all the Asians. This guy's Asian. That guy is Asian. That looked like the communist, symbol. The hammer and sickle, I believe it's called. It just looked like two hammers, though. Or two sickles. Depending on if you're a glass half empty or half full kind of guy. Asian. Maybe it's like, oh no, it's lagging. But yeah, I feel like there's some kind of anomaly going on with the location of where this is set for some reason. Anyway, it's lagging hard. I will see you in the next one, whenever that may be. Peace out, y'all!